we will be drinking from the fountain of knowledge that was given 5,000 years ago by Sri Krishna to Arjun in the form of the Bhagavad Gita. It's so amazing that it was spoken 5,000 years ago. In other words, it predates the ancient Egyptian civilization, the Greek Mesopotamian civilization, the Indus Valley civilization, and yet its knowledge is so relevant that people write Bhagavad Gita for the managers and Bhagavad Gita in everyday living and so on. Its truths are so applicable. We are here going to be discussing chapter 7. The scenario of the Bhagavad Gita, for those of you who may not be aware, Arjun was in a quandary like many of us find ourselves in life. He was confused about his duty. He wanted to run away from it. The thought of performing his duty was making him nervous and jittery. He had left his weapons, he was sweating, trembling, and in that situation, he had approached Sri Krishna for guidance. So during the first 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, the whole Gita is of 18 chapters. In the first 6 chapters, Sri Krishna taught Arjun Karma Yoga, how to do your duty along with doing yoga or union with God. In the last of these, that is the 6th chapter, Sri Krishna explained to Arjun a variety of ways by which people do yoga. Yoga means yoga. So he explained that some people merge the outgoing breath into the incoming breath. Some merge the incoming breath into the outgoing breath. Some people, they control their senses. Some learn to control their mind. And having described a variety of ways by which people endeavor to elevate themselves through yoga, he told Arjun, tapasvibhyo dhiko yogi jnanibhyo pimato dhikaha karmibhyascha yogi tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. He said, Arjun, greater than the jnani, the person of knowledge, is the yogi. The greater than the ascetic, the renunciant, is the yogi. Greater than the karmi, the ritualist, is the yogi. In other words, the yogi is the supreme. And then after that he said, Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yukta tamo mataha. Arjun, of all yogis, I consider that yogi to be dearest to me, who is engaged in my devotion, who unites his or her mind in me with love. So that concluded the first section of the Bhagavad Gita. From here we are taking off. This is now chapter 7. The first verse. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Maya Saktamana Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashrayah. asanshayam samagram mam yatha gyasyasi tachrinu. Having told Arjun that the greatest yogi is one who unites his or her mind in me with devotion, the natural questions arise. Whom should we engage ourselves in devotion towards? In other words, what is the object of devotion? What is the nature of devotion? What is the process of devotion? These questions could arise in Arjun's mind. Sri Krishna presupposes them and starts answering that, Arjun, I will speak to you now upon these themes. Listen to me attentively. I'm not telling you, Sri Krishna is telling Arjun. But that is a prerequisite for the transference of knowledge. Now, Sri Krishna is going to tell Arjun the secrets of devotion. Let's see what he speaks to Arjun. Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshyamya sheshatah yajñātvā neha bhūyonyat jnātavyamavakṣishyate. I'm going to give you knowledge and wisdom. He's promising Arjun two things, Gyan and Vigyan. Many people have this preconceived notion that if there's a lecture or talk of knowledge, that is Gyan Yog. And if there's bhajan kirtan, that is bhakti yog. In other words, they think the path of bhakti yog doesn't have any knowledge. But that's not really true. Whatever you wish to do in life, you first of all need proper knowledge. If you wish to perform Ashtanga Yoga, you need to understand the theory. If you wish to do Jnana Yoga, you need the knowledge. If you wish to engage in Bhakti Yoga, also you need knowledge. Some of the biggest scholars in the Indian tradition have been the Bhakti saints. Jagadguru Ramanujacharya, his Shri Bhashya is so incredibly scholarly. Jagadguru Madhvacharya, Jagadguru Nimbarkacharya, Jagadguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj. So this amazing ocean of knowledge they presented, which helps us enhance, cultivate our love, our devotion. Now here a distinction needs to be made, which Sri Krishna has put between knowledge and wisdom. There are two kinds of knowledge. One is pratyaksh gyan and the other is paroksh gyan. Pratyaksh gyan is that which you get through your senses and your ears externally. Paroksh Gyan is that which you get from inside. As the heart gets cleansed, the knowledge starts revealing itself. So pratyaksh, the outside knowledge, you get through tuition. The inside knowledge you get through intuition. One is theoretical knowledge and the other is practical realization. Theoretical knowledge is definitely useful, absolutely useful. But then, if we do not put it into our practical life, it becomes useless. We may know all the scriptures in the world, but if we have not learned how to implement them, that knowledge is no use. See, people say, everybody says, God is my all in all. At least they say in words, Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva. The most commonly said verse amongst the Hindus, Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva. Tvameva bandhusya sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidyā Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Everybody says it. In other words, the theoretical knowledge is there. What is this verse? Tvameva. O Shree Krishna, you alone are my father. You alone are my mother. You alone are my friend. You alone are my everything. But this knowledge is not practical. Because that person who says this, you tell him, Swamiji is having a retreat during this weekend, come over for it. No, it is my uncle's nephew's niece's wedding. His uncle's nephew's nieces, but you are saying Tvameva Mata Chipita Tvameva. God alone is my everything. No, that I only say. I don't really believe such things. You see, that knowledge is not yet realized. And if that same knowledge can be realized, we will reach our goal. The Kathopanishad states, Astitye vopalabdhasya tattva bhava prasidati astitye vopalabdhavyas tattva bhavena chobhayo. The Vedas are telling us the definition of God, which people talk about. He is all powerful, He is almighty, He is all pervading, He is seated in the heart, etc. These things which we all say to each other, the day you can really believe this, the day you have strong conviction about this, that very day you will attain God. In other words, when that knowledge becomes realization. So we need to understand the distinction and to work on both ends. In other words, we must acquire theoretical knowledge. But then accordingly, we must also get the realization. Now, Sri Krishna here is promising Arjun both. He says, Arjun, I will be giving you the knowledge. And I will also help you get that internal wisdom. Sri Krishna here is Arjun's guru. Arjun in the second chapter had requested Sri Krishna, Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. He said, O Sri Krishna, although I am your cousin, and I am related to you in other ways, I have married your sister Subhadra. Right now I am surrendering to you as your disciple. Please enlighten me. So Sri Krishna took over from there. Arjun requested, be my guru. Sri Krishna is doing exactly that. The word guru, gu means darkness and ru means to destroy. So, Sri Krishna is now promising to destroy Arjun's darkness in theory and in practical realization. Next verse. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatataamapi siddhana kaschin mam veti tattvataha. He says, Arjun, one out of thousands of people endeavors to know me. One out of thousands of people endeavors for perfection, siddhi. And out of those who have reached perfection, one out of thousands knows me in truth. This path of spirituality is not something where there is commonplace success. Like, for example, you take a look out here. We had the program in your cities, the week-long programs. Now, in your city, there's this huge community of Indians, out of which a few hundred came to the program, and some Westerners as well. But out of those people who did come for the program, a few made it to the retreat, a few hundred. So the percentage keeps on decreasing.